welcome to Faithful Grace Studio. I'm Mindy. I'm the creator here at Faithful Grace. And today we're looking at a brand new product. And it's so much fun, so versatile, and so easy. I love easy. So I have gone ahead and printed out some of the pages that come. This is just a fraction of the pages that come with this kit. But as you can see, here's one I haven't cut on. The florals are spaced nicely on the page, so you've got plenty of space to fussy cut them out. I like to cut mine with white around the edges. That's just my preference. You could certainly fussy cut and cut right up to the design if you want. All of these florals were hand painted watercolor. They were painted on cold press watercolor paper with high quality watercolors, very high pigment watercolors. And then they were digitized and put into a upscaled to a high resolution image and put into a PDF so it's easy for you to print. So this is a page that similar to what you would print. You can see I've cut out the pieces that I wanted, and honestly that's the beauty of some of these kits, is not only can you only have to print the pieces you want, you only have to cut out the pieces you want, but you can print and cut them out and do it over and over and over again forever and ever, amen, because once you download it, once you buy it and download it, it's yours. What I've done is I have cut out 5. I just found from experience, I've been making these forever bouquets forever. I just now got around to designing a kit for somebody else to make it. But I've learned that for me, I like the visual of 5 pieces. So I just cut out 5 different pieces, different colors, different shapes of the small ones. And then there's larger ones. So I cut out 5 different pieces and different shapes of the larger ones. The kits come with the wrap, the paper wrap for your bouquet. I've cut these out. They come 2 to a page. There's large ones and small ones, if that makes sense. There's all kinds of, I think there's 4 or 5 different patterns. This looks like an old wet piece of newspaper, which is what you would get papers wrapped in sometimes from a street vendor or something like that. This looks like an old book page. There's some different ones. These are the 2 that I cut out. And so these are the 2 that we're going to use for right now. Now you can do this a number of different ways. You can just fold it up as a cone and tape that. Because I'm going to use them in journals. Mine are going to kind of lay flat. So I'm gonna do mine, but I'm gonna kind of lay them flat. I am going to tape them. I'm just using masking tape because I like that look, but you can use whatever you want. But I'm going to use these in journals. They're going to be inserts in journals, so you can use them for whatever you want. Of course, they're yours. You use them for whatever you want. But I use them in journals, and I love that they kind of stick out and add some whimsy. So this would be something that I would put this in a journal. It would go maybe in a tuck spot. It would maybe just stick down in there. It would, who knows? It would just go in a journal somehow. You can also use them for Happy Mail. You can use them for embellishing a package. You can stick them in a greeting card. You can let that be the present. I've done that before. 1,000 things you can do with them. Doesn't have to be this, but that's how I designed the kit. You can do the smaller one the same way if that's what you want. So let's just do and then just stick them in there any way you want. How cute is that? Isn't that precious? All right, so now I want to show you something, a different way to do it. I have this, I don't know what this is. I think it's some sort of deli paper or something, but it's printed like an old newspaper. I had several pieces of it. But this is just, let's cut this down a little bit. Let's make this closer to the size of the square that you get. That's probably close enough. All right. So if we were going to wrap flowers in this, it might look something like this. All right. And now you could tie that in a knot if you want, or a bow if you wanted to. But now you have a cute little cone of flowers tied up in a string. How cute is that? You can also, let's cut them, wrap them up a little differently. Now, these are not ones I cut out. These are actually some of the originals. All right, so let's say put them down like this. This is the way I did it in the beginning when I first started making them. This has got a knot in it, but I'm going to use it anyway. Look how cute. There you go. Actually, let's fill this one back up. Since I took those out for this one, we'll fill this one back up with something else. How cute. How cute, how cute, how cute. And again, 1,000 different ways to do it. The kit comes with, let me quit making that noise with that paper. The kit comes with enough to make probably, so, assuming you use 5 or 6 in each one, you could get 10 or 11 small ones easily out of the kit and not have any two alike. And you could probably get 4 or 5 of the large ones and not have any two alike. So there you have it. I will link to this product below. It is a big kit with a lot of possibilities, but it's super, super easy and super versatile. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you enjoy playing with it and making your own.